Welcome to the Grey Room, where we talk about everything relating to gossip, controversy, music, and celebrities. Today I'm just gonna get straight into this episode. I'll be talking about some of my favorite interviews I've done on the show so far. So the first interview I want to talk about is where I interviewed some of my friends, Mtaz and Maya from a different podcasting group, Midnight Twist. I like them interviewing them because, well, for starters, they're good friends of mine. So it was like nice. So it's like nice to have a conversation with them, and it pretty much felt like we weren't even recording, just like pretty much a regular conversation I'd had with them. For the second one, I'd say the one where I interviewed my other friend who's from Midnight Twist, Jaden. I like interviewing him as for the same reason as them, because it feels like when you're interviewing your friends about something, it doesn't feel like you're like really podcasting whatever. It feels like you're just having a regular conversation, as I just said. And it was practically just like a good time that we had. Now, for the third interview that we did, I'd probably say is when I interviewed my old freshman year teacher, Miss Mahmood. I like doing that interview because, well, it was the first ever interview I've done before. It was pretty fun. And I actually had my co-star Gisette with me when I did that one. We basically, in the premise of the interviews, we basically just kept asking them like what their favorite music was, who their favorite celebrity was, why did they like that music, why did that music really speak to them and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, getting to know like other people's opinions on like these kind of topics. Now, another one I want to talk about is I think the second interview, because I did two with Jaded, I believe, is when we talked about movies and stuff like that. Now, I really like doing that one because it was basically just us having a conversation about what movies we liked, who our favorite movie stars were, if we preferred horror or action movies and stuff like that, which was also pretty fun. Okay, now for the last one I want to talk about is this is actually when I did like way before. This is when I did like back in 10th grade, where I interviewed a teacher. I can't remember the name because it was a really long time ago. I interviewed a teacher about it was basically we were talking about comic books and stuff like that. That's what I used to do before I did this. We were talking about comic books, what superpowers did you want to have, all that kind of stuff. Now, I like that one probably the most because, well, that was like the first ever interview I've ever done, and I like talking about that kind of stuff like a lot because I'm like a huge comic book fan. So that's all the time we have for today's podcast. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to talk about this stuff, even though today's episode was particularly shorter than usual. And I will see you next time.